welcome to my channel Shiva's TechHub. So, welcome to this series of Java tutorials. So, in today's session, we will be looking at some basic information about Java, like introduction to Java. So, this is the agenda for this particular session. So, first we'll be looking at what actually is Java, what are the features of Java, and what are the types of applications where Java is used, and also types of applications that can be created by using Java as a programming language, and what are the various flavors, editions of Java. So this is the agenda for today. So first, let us understand what actually is Java. So to say about Java, it is basically a high level, robust and object oriented and secure programming language. So in the future slides, we'll be looking at why we call it as a high level, robust and object oriented, and what kind of security features it provides. And also coming to the history of Java, it is being developed by James Gosling in 1995, and it was initially named as Oak. And since it was already a registered company, they had to change its name to Java. So this is the brief history of what actually is Java. Okay, so when it comes to features of Java, so these are some of the important features that Java provides when we try to use it for development of any kind of applications that it supports. So first feature is Java is simple and it has object-oriented nature, it is portable in nature, it is platform independent, it is secured, and it is robust in nature, and it is also architectural neutral, and it provides with some high performance when it comes to execution, and also it supports multi-threading, and it is distributed in nature, and it also supports dynamic programming. So these are some of the main features of Java. So let's get into the details of why we call it as simple, object oriented, and so on, right? Okay. So let us try to understand why Java is called as the simple programming language. So the first basic thing is it is very easy to learn. When it comes to the syntax of Java, it is very simple, it is clean and easy to understand. And also it is basically based on C++, which is also an object-oriented programming language. But when it comes to Java, they have removed some complicated features and made them easy for writing in terms of Java, right? And also one important feature that Java provide is that there is no need to remove the unreferenced objects. For example, we will create multiple objects, right? In that we may not use all the objects. So whatever objects that are not in used, so it will be automatically released by Java. So that concept we call it as a garbage collection. So when it comes to garbage collection, that feature is automatic when it comes to Java. Okay, so that is why we call it as a simple programming language. When it comes to object oriented, so this is one of the main important concept whenever you hear the word Java. Okay, the reason why we call it as an object oriented programming language is everything in Java is an object. So object oriented means we will organize our software in the combination. Software is nothing but it is a program which has a combination of different types of objects. Each object has a data and a behavior, right? Data is nothing but in future classes we'll be learning about how data is passed to a program, and also behavior is nothing but the methods. Data is variables and behavior is methods. Okay. Now, when it comes to object-oriented programming, there are some of the basic concepts, the way it should be written. Some of the basic concepts are object, class, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and encapsulation. Okay, so in the future tutorials, we will learn in detail about what all these concepts mean and how are they used in the Java programming. Okay, so next we'll be looking at how Java can be said as a portable. And what is the meaning of portable? Anything that can be carried from one place to another is portability. When it comes to programming, So Java is portable because it facilitates you to carry the Java bytecode to any platform. So bytecode in the sense, when is the bytecode generated? Whenever we write a Java program and when we compile it, it automatically converts the file that is present in .java extension to .class extension. So that .class extension consists of bytecode, and you can use that bytecode in any platform. Platform in the sense any operating system. It can be Ubuntu, it can be Windows, it can be Mac, and so on. Okay, so this is portability nature. And let us understand why Java is called as platform independent, right? So basically, Java is platform independent because it's different from other languages like C and C++, because the editors and the compiler is different when it comes to Linux, Windows, and also Mac for C and C++. But when it comes to Java, we can use the same bytecode, as I said, in multiple environments. And also, a platform is a hardware or software environment which a program runs. No matter if the platform like hardware or software is different, definitely whenever you take a class file, it always runs. Okay. So, and also, if you consider this second point in this particular slide, it can be executed in multiple platforms. So that is what we said, like Windows, Linux, Sun Solaris, Mac, right? And also, we can also call this Java as a write once and run anywhere program, right? You can write the Java program in Windows and you can run it in Linux. You can run the Java program in Linux and you can run it in Mac. So that is the platform independent nature that Java provides. Okay, and also it is one of the most secured programming languages because the Java provides the below features. It also provides a class loader, bytecode verifier, and also security manager. Okay, so what is class loader? It is a part of Java runtime environment which is used to load classes into the Java virtual machine dynamically. What is the meaning of Java virtual machine and what it does? So what it does is like it takes the class file as an input, right? And it reads the series of bytecode statements and also it executes one by one. Executes in the sense it interprets the statement one by one and it shows you the output. Okay. And the second important security feature that is provided by Java is it also supports the bytecode verifier. Okay, so what do you mean by bytecode verifier? It checks the bytecode fragments and whenever an illegal code that is there, it directly shows you, okay, in the console. Okay, and also security manager. And what do you mean by security manager? It determines what resources a class can access, such as reading and writing to the local disk. So it is automatically handled internally by the security manager. Okay. So normally in most of the programs, so it's not provided by default, but Java language provides these securities and also some external security measures can also be explicitly specified by the application developer. Some of those security measures are SSL certificates, JAS, cryptography, and many more. Okay, so these are some of the security features that is provided by Java. That is why we call it as a secured programming language. And the next feature is it is robust in nature. So what do you mean by robust? Robust in general sense is strong. The meaning of robust is it is strong. So as it uses strong memory management system, so we can call Java as a robust programming language. Okay, and also there is no pointer concept that is there in C++. So Java avoids it so that there won't be any security problems. Okay. Like I said in the earlier slide, it also provides the automatic garbage collections which runs on Java virtual machine to get rid of any objects that are not being used, unreferenced objects, the objects that are not in use. And also it provides many exception handling mechanisms and type checking mechanism Okay, it is really strong. I mean, whenever an exception is being raised in a Java program, it also provides a way to handle that particular exception. That is why all these strong features make Java a robust programming language. So next important feature of Java is it is architecture neutral. Architecture in the sense, for example, an operating system can be a 32-bit or a 64-bit. Okay. Now, whatever variables we declare, like primitive type variables we declare, normally for other programming language, it will vary based on the memory of a operating system. If it is 32-bit, then the size of the data type will be different. And if it is 64-bit, then the size of the data type will be different. Okay, so for example, in C programming, if we consider an int data type occupies 2 bytes of memory for a 32-bit architecture and 4 bytes of memory for a 64-bit architecture. But when it comes to Java, it just occupies the same amount of memory for both 32 and 64-bit architectures. Okay, so this is what we call it as a architecture neutral programming language. And high performance. So high performance is nothing but in order the compile time and also interpretation of the programming language, it takes less when compared to the other legacy programming languages. Okay. Now, the one more important feature that is provided by Java is it is multi-threaded in nature. What do you mean by multi-thread? A thread is nothing but a task or a program. Multi-thread is nothing but Java provides a way. Java provides an ability to run multiple tasks concurrently at the same time. Okay. When it comes to thread, a thread is like a separate program executing concurrently. Okay. We can also write a Java program that deals with many tasks at once by defining multiple threads. Okay. And also the main advantage of multi-threading. Why we require multi-threading? Like why do we need to execute a series of programs concurrently? Because it doesn't occupy memory for each thread. It shares the common memory area. For example, if there are 100 threads that are running concurrently, we need not specify separate 100 memory locations for each and every thread. Whatever memory location that is available, all those 100 threads share the common memory location. Okay, so Java also supports this kind of functionality. That is why we call Java as a multi-threaded programming language. And it is also distributed in nature. So what do we mean by distributed? So because the meaning of distribution is nothing but it facilitates users to create distributed applications in Java. Like these RMI, remote method invocation and enterprise Java beans are some of the technologies that are used to create distributed applications. What do you mean by distributed applications? Whenever an application is distributed in nature, this makes us able to access files by calling the methods in any machine on the internet. It uses the internet, and for example, if there is any method that is present in some remote machine, we can also call those methods, okay, by using some technologies like remote method invocation and enterprise Java beans. That is why we call Java as distributed in nature. And also, we can also call Java as dynamic programming language. So what do you mean by dynamic? Anything that changes. Static is nothing but one which remains the same. Dynamic is nothing but which changes the runtime. So Java also supports dynamic loading of classes, and it also supports functions that are present in C and C++. Okay. And so next we'll be looking at what are the types of applications where Java is used as a programming language in order to develop. Okay. Java is widely used in developing some applications, desktop applications such as Acrobat Reader, which we will be using in day-to-day life, media player, antivirus, and some other. Many more. It's not like only these three. there are many more desktop applications where Java is used in our day-to-day activities. And also when it comes to web applications like IRCTC, JavaTPoint.com, and some other applications are used by Java, okay, for their development. And also when it comes to banking applications, there are many banking applications where Java is also used. And also there are many mobile applications where Java is used, and also embedded systems, which is a combination of hardware and software, smart cards, robotics, games. There are many things. Like if I want to tell you the figure, it will be in billions. There are billions of applications where Java is running in nowadays. Okay. So next, what are the different types of applications that can be created using Java? So that is what we had in the last slide. Let us get into the details. What are those types of applications? Standalone, web application, enterprise application, mobile applications. So for example, standalone application are nothing but it is a desktop application or Windows application which requires an operating system to run. Okay, so it is a software we need to run on any machine. I mean every machine, wherever machine you want this software to run, we can run it, like media player, antivirus, etc. When it comes to web applications, anything that uses web technologies for creation of that application is a web application. Some of the technologies that we use in order to create an application is servlets, JSPs, which stands for Java Server Pages, structs, strings, Hibernate, JSF, and many more. Okay. Enterprise applications. Enterprise applications is nothing but one which is distributed in system, and also it is a client server type of architecture, and it is distributed in nature. And some of the applications like banking application is the best example of enterprise applications, and it has advantages like high level security and load balancing and clustering. So load balancing generally is whenever an enterprise application which is deployed in multiple regions, there should be a way to manage balance that particular activity that is coming from multiple systems and multiple regions. So that concept, that balancing concept, we call it as load balancing. Clustering is nothing but many applications will be grouped into a common cluster. So whenever you want to interact with a particular application, we interact with that particular cluster. Then from that cluster, we will interact with the system we want. Okay, so normally in Java, enterprise Java beans is the most widely used technology for creating enterprise applications. Okay, mobile applications. So an application which is created for mobile devices, like in terms of resolution, in terms of features, okay, it is compatible with any mobile. So that kind of application is called as a mobile application. And we do have Android, which is based on Java, and also Java Micro Edition. ME stands for Micro Edition, which is used for creating mobile applications. Okay, so next let's look into the various flavors or editions of Java. So we have standard edition, we have enterprise edition, we have micro edition, and we have FX, okay, which is a lightweight kind of application. So what do you mean by standard edition of Java? So it is a Java programming platform. It includes Java programming APIs as Lang, input output, .NET, utils, .SQL, .math. These are some of the libraries. These are some of the APIs which we use for our day-to-day programming. And also it includes core topics like oops, string, regular expressions, exceptions, inner classes, multi-threading, and many more. Okay. And Java Enterprise Edition. So Enterprise Edition is widely used by many multinational companies and also different clients in order to build, as it provides more security when it comes to other editions of Java. Okay, so it is built on top of standard edition platform. It is an extension to standard edition, and also it includes various topics like servlets, JSPs, web, services, enterprise Java beans, etc. Okay. And also when it comes to micro edition, it is a micro platform that is being dedicated to the micro applications with less features and also less resolutions. If you want to create any mobile applications, we can use micro editions. And also Java FX is nothing but it uses a lightweight user interface API. It is used to develop rich internet applications. Okay. So these are the various editions. That's it for this video, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel Shiva's Tech Hub and get notified to the future updates. And also don't forget to share it on various social media platforms. Thank you.